When you lay out to one side that's had the feather strip or the rail cloth taken off, that's your straight edge side. So line it up to the edge of the slate. Now that you get it to the edge of the slate, start at one end. Make sure it's centered in the end. And it can come down just a hair. Now when you walk it over, pull it down to the bottom edge of the slate, hold that in place so it don't spring up.
Just going flush with the bottom.
Yeah, right flush with the bottom. When you get to this last corner down here, hold it right here. You see how this curves a little bit? You want to just straighten that out. Okay, that side is straight edged. So now, this is the stretch 2 side, this is the anchor side. With the anchor side, using the stretch index jig, because of the radius cut of the pocket, you line this right up with the edge of the pocket. This is 13/16. Back it up, put your line right here, 13/16. That's what you're gonna pull into the pocket for slack. 13/16. Okay. Now I've got this set at a 1.5 inch stretch. And this is what I was telling you about, how much room you've got to play with. So now with 1.5 over here, this is a 5/8 stretch because you take out some of the stretch end to end and across the table, so it can't be the same amount of slack as that side. So there is, that's what lines up with the edge of the slate. And this is your stretch line so that you can keep it with an even stretch. That's what you're going to stretch over to, is that line. 5/8.
Yeah.
Now you have to have twice as long in the stretch as you do in side to side. So we're going to stretch this 1.5 inches end to end as well. Okay, good. Now, when we fold over, because as close as you are, you know you need to have glue here to match this side. So figure 1 inch of this is going to be glued. Well, you're going to have to, because of the amount of room you've got to work with. I mean, you can make it easier by taking 2 rail cloths off the sides, leaving one on, and then go ahead and recover the rails, leave the last rail cloth on and cut it off after you put the cloth on. That gives you more to play with. But you don't need to the way this is gonna be working out. So, fold this over to your black braided line. Now you have to know where the cloth ends in order to know where to put your glue at. since you already know where the stretch is going to come to, this is the end of your slate right there. And you're stretching 1.5 inches inside of here. So you know if you keep your glue on this side, you're gluing where you're going to be sticking. Okay, this is all ready for gluing. .3/16 snap. It has to be 3/16 snap. 1/4 inch carries too much glue, and the 1/8 inch rollers don't carry enough glue. Now, when you're getting the glue on your roller, it's like welding kind of. Keep your roller in the puddle till you see the white turn yellow all the way around with short pulls out of the puddle. Now that's loaded with glue, so you want to get some of the excess off, so as you come out here, a little bit more pressure, you see the white lines through it?
You don't want to compress it.
So that's taking a lot of your excess glue out right here. So now, this is the first side you're sticking on, so this is the first side you glue. And you see how it spider webs behind it? That's good. No, it's perfect. If the glue starts to get thick, it coagulates and it leaves glue boogers everywhere. So a little bit of xylene thins it out, goes back to spider webs.
You can't leave any bumps on top or else it's not going
Yeah.
to set flush with it.
So you want the spider webbing right behind your roller. You gotta pay particular attention to the corners of your slate to make sure you've got glue there. Now we haven't done the pocket shelves yet. We glue them up last because that's the last place you're gonna stick cloth. So, and you only need to glue about 1 inch under. There's that. I know you're gonna get high today while you're drinking beer.
All right. I can hand you one of those black felt markers too, and you like the combo.
Okay. Now we got the slate prepped. And now lay our cloth out. This is critical when it comes to rolling this out, because you don't want to soak your cloth with glue. You don't want to roll it up into the roller either. So hold here, Keep in mind how much we're overhung. We need an inch of glue on this side and we need glue on this side. So keep your roller down the middle. And if you have to, turn your roller left and right. Otherwise this side is higher than the other side, so it doesn't want to lay out the glue. So turn your roller the other way. All you need is that film of glue. That's all you need. It's not painting. So here, hold it in place. Twist your roller left and right as you're walking your glue down. You got side pockets that you want to get glue down to match the side pocket of the shelf. So you, right there, that matches that side. It matches this side. Now, hold again, push away from it. Twist to the right with the roller. Left, right, walk it down. There. Now that's all laid out. So now, flip this side over, back out to flat again. Now flip this up like this. Okay. When you glue here, this is the end of the slate. You can see where the glue ended at, right there. And right there is my glue line to stay on the inside, which matches the end of my slate. You got a corner pocket right here. So get a little bit of triangle of glue. Now come across where that 1.5 inch stretch is at. Like that. Hold it here again. Triangle. Across. Okay. That's it. Now, check your glue for stickiness. It should feel like Gorilla Tape. Does that feel like Gorilla Tape to you?
Never feel Gorilla Tape.
It's kind of sticky.
Duct tape. It's sticky.
Yeah.
Okay? Okay? Now for you guys doing this, I'm going to show you until you get more practice with it, with your stretch. And when you come over here, now watch here. See my line? See that line? I'm gonna line that right up with the edge of the pocket. And as I hold that, I'm stretching it that far. Stick it, Do the other side of the pocket. Now, this is what I was telling you about cheating the pocket a little bit for stretch. If I clamp this right here, I help secure that. When I stretch here, I don't pull it here. Now, I'm going to start with this end, which is the foot end of the table. I can do this by hand. So, I grab with two hands. This one keeps the cloth from sticking. This one stretches. Now I stretch to the end of my elasticity. I don't have any more stretch left. To go beyond this point is to stress my anchor. If I rip my cloth loose, I mean, if you pull hard enough, you'll pull that off. You don't want to do that. That side's done. This can come off now because I didn't stress my anchor. But until you guys get more proficient at this, use clamps. Now, I'm stretching this one to the end of the elasticity. Keep your fingers between the cloth and the slate there. Did you see that cloth jump? I relaxed it at the top. That kept the stress from ripping my anchor loose. Now, we'll go across the table. Now I'm lining this up with my white line for the end of the pocket. Bringing this over. Now this stretch is easy. Don't be fooled, because when you stretch this, as easy as it is, when you stretch it end to end, that's going to tighten right up. So hold that in place. There. Bottom of the claw. You can see, stretch is real easy. I mean, that's the mistake everybody makes.
Was it too tight?
Yeah. That's where you get your zebra stripes from. Lock it in place.
Yeah.
Lock it in place. Now, you come down here. This clamps here for my stretch and distance. This steers my cloth to my line. Now, look at my body posture. I'm stretching the shit out of this cloth, but I'm not ripping my anchor loose. Didn't pull it loose here. And all that slack that's in there is coming out. Pull. Steer. Now, before I release these, we'll take some of this tension off. So now I'm grabbing here, here, pulling over to my stretch line. I can go past my stretch line, I don't want to, because if I do that, I rob my ability of stretching it this way. The more I stretch it this way, the less I get to stretch it in. And you can see these lines are curving in as I'm stretching my side to side. Everyone gets some zebra stripes because they're overstretching it side to side. And watch here. See that little bit of slack move? And now, you'd never get this with your fingers.
I was gonna say, those things are definitely nice.
I've had to give it time too.
You got no
That's
shot with your
what people
fingers.
left you to work with.
That
It ain't fun though, it ain't fun.
That's edging it a lot better grip. Straighter.
Yeah, I've actually got a couple of those. Aaron gave me a couple
With
of
the
those.
fingers, you get the circle wherever the finger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do that every time. I don't care about speed, I care about the final outcome.
How much time do you have to work with the glue before it becomes?
Time to sit down, eat dinner,
Oh, really? Take that long?
come back and work with it.
Really?
2 or 3 hours open time. Okay, now, you gotta know which end to pull first. Claw stretches more in one direction than the other. So if you look at how far this is from the edge of the slate, and you look at how far this is from the edge of the slate, this is further from the slate than that is. So this is the first end you pull back because claw stretched further in that direction. So now you can see the curve in the grain. You see a curve through here? Now, this is where nobody does this. I do this first. First thing I'm doing, pull my line to the edge of the slate, but see my grain of cloth? I'm getting my grain of cloth straight to my pocket, straight down. Do you do it that way?
I do. I'm a pool player, so yes.
But you can't stick here first.
No.
If you stick here first, you're only stretching from here over.
Kind of whatever side you need to start with. usually.
Now, come over here. Get your grain of cloth over. Okay. Now you go to the other end of the table.
Before you even know.
Yep.
What you're doing is taking around little wrinkles
And if you got too much cloth here, if you got too much cloth on the end of this, take your excess cloth off so that you can actually get down to it with your pliers. So now, into the pocket, straighten the grain. See, this corner just got a whole lot harder. Now, I gotta pull my middles out. Don't start here. It's a whole lot harder. No, it's a whole lot harder to pull from here over than it is to come down here and work my way over.
Small.
Yes.
Isn't there something the chalk outline to follow?
Mm-hmm. Took my stress off of this anchor right here. Now we're back down here.
It's right on the laptop. I found it for you. It's right where the little part is.
Get rid of some of my excess. Now, second end. If I can't get this line to the end of my plate, I gotta back off an 1/8 inch of my side-to-side stretch.
It's too tight.
Because it's too tight. If I can pull past my line, I need an 1/8 inch tighter. Because that's an 1/8, that's an 1/8, this is an 1/8. Either up, down, based on your strengths the first time you put a cloth on. If you can't get the hit, if you can't hit the 1.5, go ahead and stick it where you can. Change your setting to 1 3/8. Because that's based on your strengths now. So you tailor the jig to your strengths. It's still going to go on systematically tighter than hell.
Right. Can't pull it all the way to the line, you gotta back it off in the middle.
Back off an 1/8. Let's see if you can do it. Grab.
I never use these things.
Now get your hands up higher.
I never
Don't
use these
lift
things.
up.
Give me half a
Don't
second,
lift
sir.
up. Now get your hands up here. There.
These things are hard to grip with.
Just, you're close.
just have normal plier ones you can do this with.
So right there. Over further. Right there. Right there. Pull this one. Just one. Pull down. Right there.
See when you're pulling it, keep your back a little.
Okay. Close. Okay. You need a 1 3/8 stretch. Because you ain't got enough ground weight to anchor your ass.
That's why I did it a little bit differently.
Go to these bobos. They're tight all the way around. That's as balanced tight as you can get. Where's the stretch shadows? You see the zebra stripes?
Hog them out with a razor blade.
No, I got a special tool for that.
Yeah, I noticed that on the ones from the factory. They just
When you turn this off, hold your thumb right here. Okay.
Letting that one overhang on the sides.
No. Now, when you do your pockets, when you cut your pockets, hold it out, cut parallel to the curve of the pocket, like that. Then take your razor knife, cut straight down, straight down. That way, see when I stretch this, I can actually stretch the top of this, but I can't do if I was pulling this with it. So now down, come down center, at an inch of the slate, inch left, inch right, split the difference, split the difference. Now, first two, down and under. Next one. Next one. And then see here, use my fingers to leverage it over. And then because I like tidiness, perfect pocket. Side pockets are the hardest for everybody. Okay.
Hold it.
When you start the side pocket, first thing you do,
Say it again.
side pockets are the hardest. When you start the side pocket, cut straight down there, because see, you have these lines, see them? They come off of the corners.
Oh yeah.
So when you cut this, come up about an inch, 3/4 of an inch from this edge of the slate. 3, 4, 5. Now, grab my 2 middle flaps, pull it back, down and under, like this. Now, them lines, watch this, because I can stretch the top of my claw like that. And I can cause that cloth to disperse pull this a little bit tighter. Then
They go through this all the time.
We just have to have one of these things. We just have to one of these new tables that's so big.
Yeah.
because I can move this cloth over as I pull it down under, I can get rid of them 2 lines. So now, into the next pocket.
You always work around,
Doesn't matter.
doesn't matter.
I'm a little bit rusty on this. I don't recover tables anymore.
So it starts in the middle.
One second, I go here and make kind of a adjustment just to make sure it was straight.
Look good and tight. And like I said, I hate this. There's no reason why the pockets have to have that. It's just nobody sees it,
Never way.
but I do.
Now's the time to clip it off. You got it.
Yeah. Clean. Oh, you're gonna love the pockets, the bolts. It takes about 2 seconds to cut one out with a tool. But the tool is gonna blow your mind. Yeah.
Because you rip one of your rails just wrong. That one's crashed. So
That's because you got 66-inch wide claw.
Yep.
You're taking 18 inches off for the feather, for the cloth, for the cloth for the rails. That leaves you 48 inches. The slate's 47,
Yeah.
and you pulled an inch over the edge. No. you are, yeah, you are not gonna believe how simple the tool is for them pocketbooks.
Like a wine opener?
Mm-mm.
Same 5 cats too.
Huh?
Same like 5 cats.
Normally on the valleys it's 3 or 4. Maybe these already said they're further out because there's more slate for the actual rail to sit on Austin, so you have to kind of just because you really have like the right side of the actual slate. Which makes total sense, actually, you know, because you're not trying to get it all bunched up.
One more.
Whatever he had, you got to get your money up there for. That's usually what you do. Yeah, just, you know, something random happened. Yep.
You ready?
Just like a little stone.
Yeah.
It's actually like a shower towel. Just grinds it out.
I just get it with the vacuum.
You want to stone? Put that on my list to buy. What do you call that? What's the name of that?
Grinding stone,
Yeah.
Grinding stone, what diameter?
1 inch. 7/8 holes, 1 inch stone. And then vacuum. There you go. That's slicker than shit because I don't have any flaps to get into my bolts.